Hello. We are already into the day 3 of 2024. How are you feeling? How's everyone doing? You are an expansive being. You are an expansive being here to break the mold that you were taught to stay small in. You are an expansive being. And the old paradigm is we have to struggle. We have to force our way through life. It has to be hard. There's never enough. I'm not enough. That is the old paradigm. We are moving into the new paradigm of I get to love myself and put myself first and love my way to success. I get to put myself first and believe and know in the impossible and embody it and allow myself to feel that joy before it comes in. You are an expansive being. You're an expansive being here to break the mold you were told to stay in, to hide who you are. We are expanding from the old paradigm to this new paradigm where we get to collectively and individually, we get to reconnect with who we are. And I shared a couple days ago about a really hard breakup that I had. I really thought it was going to, hey, so glad you're here. I really thought it was going to break me. I think we can all relate to that. Is there's a situation that happens in our life, whether it's a death of a family member, or a really, really hard breakup where it really how do I want to say it? It really puts us in that dark place of despair, of the feeling of I cannot go beyond this moment. And the thing is that take that breakup example of think about your hardest thing that you've gone through, the heartache, the breakup, the loss that was so hard. Those times in our life, they are the most intimate time that you will get with yourself. And a lot of the times people don't realize that, forget about the breakup, forget about the loss, forget about the failure or the disappointment. So many people are living in a state of scarcity, living in a state of staying small and hiding who they are because they were told to live inside this box and they can't expand from it. And so, you are an expansive being here to break the molds that you were taught to live in. Many of us were taught in schools and taught in churches, taught in our family at the family dinner table. We were taught by people who loved us, who had good intentions, but they were also living inside this box of limitations. So often I was taught, have faith, see it, have faith, believe it before you see it. I was told that all the time. It's such a beautiful thing. And now, as stepping into my 30s, I feel like I'm finally actually embodying it. Because this is what would happen, is people would say it to me. Leaders would say it in the church. My family would say it to me. I'd have people around me all the time saying, have faith in the unseen. But then it wouldn't end there. They would say, have faith in the unseen, but, hi Mary, have faith in the unseen, but I don't have enough. Have faith in the unseen, but you don't deserve it. Have faith in the unseen, but you have to give up yourself in order to be loved. Have faith in the unseen, but you actually have to sacrifice who you are. It was have faith in the unseen, but then it was backed up by a fear statement or a fear story. And so I want to ask you, are you living in that now? Are you allowing other people in your life to dictate this fear story that keeps you stuck in this mold? I am here to remind you that you get to expand beyond any limitations that have been taught to you, any limitations that you believe in. They do not define you. And so with this breakup that I had, it was a shattering, right? Because it shatters your dreams, it shatters your hopes, it shatters the future you thought you wanted, all of the things. And so the hardships that you've had to go through, they are valid. They are valid. And yet I want you to know that you do not have to stay there. You do not have to stay in the emotions that you were taught to be small in. And so inside the Soul Talk method, I teach people to really release these limitations that have been around their heart and their mind, and expand them forward. But, if you were told repeatedly, you're not lovable, you aren't enough, you aren't important, you aren't smart enough, you're not deserving of the life of love, whatever the story was, so many of us were told that repeatedly. And maybe it wasn't directly, but it was that's the thought that still lives on in your body. And so we need to really release that. But I also want to let you know that your emotions are not bad. They're not bad. It's just you need to know how to release them in a healthy way. A lot of you are letting fear and shame control you and dictate how you live your life. And so it's so interesting because we go into this new day every single day. Yet so many people are living the exact same day on repeat because they are so unaware that they're living in limitations and they could be expanding beyond. So I want you to really look at your life and really just slow down. Slow down. We live in such a busy world. Like, oh my goodness. We were born into contrast. We came into this planet with such consciousness, so connected to our divinity, our soul. And that's the thing. This is why I call it the Soul Talk method, because your soul knows. Your soul knows what you came here to do. Your soul knows that you're full of love and expansion. Your soul knows that you're worthy of the joy and all the desires that are within you. But we're born into contrast. We're born and we experience love and we experience fear. And so many of us, we gravitate to the fear. We need to stay safe. We're so scared of the unknown. We're scared of what it means. And so many people are scared of it's going to cost them something to come out of hiding, because guess what? That's what the program has been. That's what the message and the stories has been. But it's just a story. It's not true. It's not true. And you get to write your story. You get to expand it beyond the piece of paper that you were given. And it really gets to be fun. It gets to be so fun. And so what I was saying is slow down, really slow down. And when you slow down, it really allows you to take space and see the distractions. Hi, John. See the distractions that are causing you to keep numbing and keep hiding and keep limiting yourself. Distractions can be being really busy, finding your identity in being busy, finding your identity in pleasing others. That does not work. It creates so much inner turmoil to just please others. That was my big thing. Another distraction is TV. Like, oh my goodness, turn your TVs off. So many people do not know how to love themselves. And this is the thing too, is when I say that you're an expansive being and you are here to break any mold that you've been told to live in, that isn't you, that keeps you small, that keeps you silent, that keeps you in this inner turmoil. You are here to break those chains wide open, baby. Like, you are here to, like, I just envision you, like, breaking down those walls, like, with your arms energetically, like, just breaking them down and becoming this life force that just rises up from it, rises up from the ashes. Like, that's who you are in your own way. What is it? What do you want to expand from that is trying to keep you stuck here? It is time to expand from it. And what I was saying is loving ourselves is a way to expand from it. Like I said, the new paradigm is loving ourselves through the process before we get what we want, before our desires come in, before we see the expansion in physical form. We have to love who we are. And this is not a toxic positive thing. It's not, oh, I'm just gonna love myself and give me whatever I want. Self-love and self-care goes way deeper than going to the spa or just saying that you love yourself. I've noticed within myself and in people that I talk to who are just like slapping that another band-aid on themselves. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna love myself and it's all about me. Like, it's not this selfish surface level love that you've been told. It is a completely different kind of love. When I say self-love, I'm not taking the route that a lot of other people will just, like, I feel like self-love has become such I guess like a mundane thing of, yeah, I'm starting to love myself, but it's like, do you actually know what that means? Because self-love means knowing how to give yourself your needs, knowing how to fulfill your own needs before you go and serve others. So many people aren't doing that, and they're chasing validation outside of themselves. They're chasing love. And yes, we all need validation. We all need a community behind us. But at the same time, if you're only chasing love and you don't have it within, it is going to be such an exhausting life. And so this self-love has become this like toxic positivity. I guess that's like the easiest way to say, when it is so deep. When I talk about the breakup I had, it was like, okay, how am I going to learn to love again? How am I going to trust again? Like, I trusted, I loved, and then my worst fear came true. So guess what? I had the choice. I had the choice to go back into this mold of fear and limitation and holding myself back, or I had the choice of expanding. I had the choice of, okay, I am going to now step into deeper love and trust within myself, within yourself. You have this choice. But so many people will choose the easy way out. It is easy to stay in that box of inner turmoil. It's easy. It's what we've known. It's so painful, but yet it's comfortable. I get it. But you have the chance to completely change your life with expanding, and you are an expansive being. It's all within you. But this self-love that I'm talking about, this expansion that is your birthright, requires you to sit with those really, really painful emotions of, I don't know how I'm going to trust myself again. You have to meet that pain. And this is the work that I teach inside the Soul Talk method, where it doesn't even have to be a month-long process, months and months and months. Some people are sitting in it for months and months and months, and then they come in the Soul Talk method, and within 2 months, it's like, oh, I'm free. You are free. You are free. You are free. Are you going to choose the expansive route, or are you going to stay in the box? I'm going to say it again. You are an expansive being here to break the molds that you were taught to stay in. Reconnect with yourself. And so when I was in that feeling of how do I move past this despair? How do I move past this deep depression and doubt? Like, my whole future felt like it was shattered in a moment. Well, let me tell you that because I chose the route to trust myself, to love myself in a way deeper level than the surface level of my skin, it was the expansive route I chose. And now I am living in a love that I didn't even know existed when I thought my whole future was shattered by this breakup. Do you see that? Okay? And so I really want you guys to reflect on this question, reflect on all of what I'm saying. If you've joined this live and you haven't seen from the beginning, go back, watch the whole thing through. Let me know how you're doing, because it's not an overnight fix. It's not. We have been taught just to take the pill, just to get instant gratification. And it really is this process of intentionality. And I've been in many crossroads in my life. This expansion is, I am in a place where my younger self 5, 10 years ago thought it was impossible. And oh, it's really fun when you get to show your younger self what's possible. um, I love that part. And so this is why I created the Soul Talk method. So you don't have to figure it out alone. You don't have to throw things on the wall and try to figure out if something's working. I get it. There's a lot. There's a lot when we've been stuck in this box, in this mold. It's like, okay, but how do I climb out of it? How do I deal with my inner turmoil? And I talk to people on the daily who have been trying to figure it out for years or have been stuck. And I know that there's a still small voice within you saying there's more. There's more. There's a reason why you haven't given up yet. There's a reason why you're still here. There's a reason why you're still curious about what could happen. And so you're an expansive being here to break the molds that you were taught to stay in. And so I want to invite you inside the Soul Talk method. If this is resonating with you, if you're feeling a pull to discover more of who you are, you want that emotional release, you want that freedom, that self-love, the expansion, I want you to love your way through life. It does not have to be hard. It does not have to be a struggle. That is the old paradigm. That is what people taught a long, long time ago. I'm not saying that there's no hard work. I'm not saying that sometimes it will feel like there are setbacks, but you fuel it with this different kind of expansion energy. It's a completely different outcome. It's a completely different outcome. And that's a value that I hold for myself in my business is if I ever feel like I'm getting into the mode of, okay, I'm struggling or I'm forcing, I take a step back. I go, okay, it's time to slow down. It's time to really check in with myself and notice where I'm limiting myself. And I want you to know what these tools are. I want you to embody them in your life. I want you to choose to change your life. This next year could be the pivotal point where everything starts to happen for you instead of against you. And so if you're interested, message me with the word free. I'll send you the link to book a free call so I can make sure that this is an empowered decision for you. And share with me, like, what is the mold that you've been stuck in and where do you want to expand to? What do you want to expand to? If I were to tell you it is a done deal, your expansion is a done deal, what you desire is a done deal, what is it? What is it? What does it feel like? What does it feel like in your body? Go there. Allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to go into the feeling of feeling so good, of feeling so happy, feeling full of joy and freedom. You deserve it. This is your birthright. You are an expansive being here to break the mold that was taught to you. All right? Sending you love. I hope to hear from you soon. I'll talk to you guys later.